Hi everyone, my name is Moonless, and this picture is not my picture. It's a picture of an anime boy, and I'm going to show you how to make it. For this tutorial, it's a special kind of tutorial because I'm showing you how to make requests for someone else. This is a request skin from my guild. Since my guild have this interesting event where if you have enough points, you can get your own custom guild skin. One of my members just got those enough points, and he's getting his own custom skin with his face and hair of his choosing and the top guild armor. But sadly, I'm not going to show you how to make the armor because that's a guild thing. But the good side, you can see how to make the hair and the face. Alright, so let's begin. Planning stage. Okay, so for this skin, the body is of course the top guild armor, and for the hair, I'm going to use CS-chan, and for the face, it's going to be that's Gambler face. Okay, so the plan for CS-chan hairs will be in these red circles. I'm going to separate those parts from the main hair, and I'll mostly just use the main hair, and I'll add some more parts into the main hair to make some more details to the hair. And for these two circles, I'm going to make those parts broader and also more tighter to the face, closer to the chin, to make it slimmer. And for the face, I'm just gonna make it as similar as the picture before, with one eye closed. And that's it. That's the planning stage. Polygon designing. Alright, for the 100% of you who are bored, it's time to make some skins for real now. Okay, to begin off, if you're making a request, make sure you have your reference picture always in your side. In this case, I put it in the right side of my visual, so if you were to look at my screen, half of it will be Getamped too, and the right side will be the picture. Alright, so in this first, I'm gonna start just making the front hair side of the skin. So the front hair, if you look at the picture again, it's something straight down, like a swag downward looking hair, and all you have to do is just perhaps make the front hair a bit forward, and the right side you just make it broader by just a bit. And here I'm just editing the hair so it looks more like in the picture. So you just make it broader at first and make it a bit forward as to not be in the way of the gambler face. And once you've done the polygon, you just need to color it, just like what I'm doing here. Coloring may be tricky at first, but a good tip is basically just to color the base first and then put some highlights and shading at the end. And I'm just putting some basic shadows and the highlights. And that's just me. So what I decided to make what I decided was to use those parts of CS-chan and add it into the main hair as part of the front look. So right here I'm putting it in the left side to make the hair look more natural and more anime-like. So these parts, actually, the ribbon parts, are very good parts to make additional hair strands. So that's something you should look out for. And yeah, basically just keep doing doing this, keep being patient, and I'm sure most of you can get it. At first, maybe for me, the problem with polygon designing was finding the right joints, because for CSChan there are lots of joints and you can get confused easily. But if you can read the joints and you're used to the joints, I'm sure you can figure it out. Right. So yeah, enjoy the show. Not much I can advise right now. It's pretty standard stuff. Just adjusting the polygons bit by bit. Right now for the polygon bit, I'm just making a base so I have a visual on how it will look in the end. Once I've done the base, I do the hair, the face, and then I add the body. Once those are all added, I can calibrate it, where I put highlights and maybe fix some parts of the hair which doesn't look good. Now it's starting to look like the hair you saw before in the picture. Again, if you tried skinning is not a fast process. I think it took me 1 hour to make this hair and the face as well. But I fast forwarded quite a bit to make it faster, so you guys won't be too bored. Yeah, I should have removed the accessory, because with a fast forward, it looks like he's charging his energy right in the back. Ah, whatever. Yep. That's adding the shades. So I decided to also make the hair a bit poofy and not quite small as compared to most of my hairs. Face design! Alright, so now let's begin making the face. As usual, making the face, start with a dark color, draw 3 circles, 1 big and 2 small for the ears. Alright, for this skin, I'm going to use a sharp eyes. Well, maybe not too sharp. So what I did was, I didn't start with the eyes first, I started with the shading first, because the hair is covering most of the face. So might as well do the shadows first, and then add the eyes, which will be easier. Alright, so I use the darker shadow to make the face and the hair look even cooler. And of course, calibration is an ongoing process, so you keep editing the hair. If an idea pops out, you edit the hair. For example, you've done editing the base, and then you just start on making the face. And during the face making process, you found an idea to make the hair better. You better start doing that idea first before you actually forget it. Like most of the time, for me. doing skin making. So here I'm also calibrating the front hair like so. Yep, and I'm pretty satisfied with that hair. So the face design isn't too complicated, just normal eyes and a very simple mouth. Those are the highlights for the hair. Since this is CS-Chan, the front hair will be symmetrical, so you won't have highlights in many different places. You're going to have the highlights in a very symmetrical kind of place. So you might want to consider that. Well, this doesn't look like face design. It's more of a hair design at first, yeah. But I'll get to the face real soon. Okay, so now we're in the face again, the real face this time. We'll start with the eyes. For the right eye, I'm very simple, a simple guy, so it's just like two circles, one dark circle and one white circle for the white part of your eye. And for the pupils, it's just another smaller circle, black. For the left eye, it's a straight line. And for the nose and mouth, it's just basically a few dots, very few short strands of strokes, but that's it. And after you've done that, you can add details to the pupils and also make the skin part look prettier and less messy, like this. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is just basically try to edit all 7 faces. If you're lazy like me, what I do is just copy every single face with the same face, except for a few distinct faces like those with the chins. Those I do differently, and also for the happy faces and the clapping faces. For the clapping faces, basically I use closed eyes for both. For the hi, hello, or happy face, it's just the normal eyes with a smile. And this is the dark look. I'm probably gonna put in the description below a few faces, what those faces usually people put, and what each face triggers in for emotions. Calibration. Okay, now for the calibration. Really, for calibration, it's very different for everyone because they have a different view for what their skin's gonna look like. But for me, I'm just gonna trim the hair. So if I were a hairdresser, I'll just make the sides look prettier, make it even from right to left. And you see those 2 blue triangles dangling on top of him. I'm keeping those in case I need them for later. So those are my remaining polygons. Although there are still some polygons left on the top right corner, but at that time, the only thing I'm going to use was both those two, so I didn't bother uh, making use of the other polygons. And right here, I'm adding the ear details. This is a very, very simple ear detail. Just 2 lines, and you're done. You just copy it for every face. Better if you do it at the start and then copy it to the other faces, unlike me. And there, that's done. That's top kilt skin for Mayuki. Here's to you, man. And the skin's done. Get out of here. I'm just joking. See you next time.